pretty weird that the only creatures
I'm in the
that
Beacon
are
Valley, an
are
exceptionally remote part of the Antarctic dry
we
valleys.
suspect.
I've been told this is an area that has been used by NASA as a surrogate for the landscape of Mars. Looking around, you can kind of figure out why. Unlike most of the dry valleys, there are none of the little glaciers coming off the side mountain passes, and the whole valley is cut off from ice flow from the Antarctic plateau by a small mountain ridge. The Beacon sandstone that you can see towering above the valley floor is a former beach more than 250 million years ago. Continental drift and geologic uplift have left the sandstone high and very dry. While some of the worm herders were off collecting samples in their transect lines, Ariel and I were hunting for a weird little community of organisms hidden within the rocks themselves. These organisms live a centimeter or more underneath the outer layer of rock, where they can photosynthesize while being protected from the harsh Antarctic conditions. These slow-growing colonies may be tens of thousands of years old, only periodically experiencing conditions that allow them to grow and reproduce. We unfortunately didn't have time to climb the cliffs and ledges thousands of feet up, so we just kind of looked around for blocks of sandstone that had weathered off and tumbled to the valley floor and gave them a few whacks with our hammers when we did find the right kind of piece. We searched around for an hour before realizing we were basically looking for the wrong kind of thing. We should be looking for fossilized endolith because all the rocks had long ago weathered out from the sides of the valley where they would have been actively photosynthesizing and living. And down on the valley floor, they're constantly being covered by other rocks and sediment, so they wouldn't survive very well in their current position. It turns out as the endoliths grow and consume nutrients, they use up the available iron in the rocks themselves. It leaves this like telltale lack of oxidation mark where the typical sandstones are kind of a reddish orange color. This leaves a layer where the endolith had been. We didn't find any actively growing endolith. For that, I think we would have had to climb up from the valley floor. Just think about the immensity, though, of the amount of sandstone around these big valleys and how many living creatures are hiding there out of reach. A lot of potential for hidden life just out of view.